Hi guys, and welcome to my first texture pack release. So this is going to be the really early version of it. So it's no way near done when you guys are actually downloading this. The download will be in the description, and it will go to my Planet Minecraft page. The reason I've got it to there because I can just link to there and update the download link inside there. It's really quick to do. So that's where I'm going to continue to kind of have it updated. So this video is going to kind of go through what you've got in the pack so far and what I've done. I've stripped out every single little bit of I was using Conquest as a template. I've stripped it all out, so everything that hasn't got a texture in my texture pack is, well, just go straight to default texture pack. So as you can see, we've got lots of cool buildings. So most of the buildings look really good. There you go. So that looks pretty cool. The kind of trees and stuff I haven't got around to doing. They're just actually ridiculously difficult. But that was on my list, as well as the grass. I wasn't happy with what I had, so I need to do all of those kind of little bits. But you can see the wool here. It does work best with McPatcher McPatcher or Optifine. I recommend Optifine. It'll just speed up your kind of Minecraft client in general. I mean, at the minute I am getting 140 FPS, and I'm recording in 1080p. So you can imagine, you know, I'm using this, and there's about, I think so far I've already put in a couple hundred textures, and they're all connected textures. So I mean, even this texture here is actually one of 16, just for the block of quartz. So if I'm getting 140 FPS while recording in full HD, you can imagine what it's like normally. But right, let's jump into my other world. If we just jump into here, and it's called Conquest Showcase, but it's kind of changed a bit. There we go. So we're here in the other world. So let's have a look around. So I'll just go through these, and this texture pack does have metadatas. And what metadatas are, and I'll explain them just for you guys that don't know yet. I need to get rid of some of this rubbish. There we go. If I just, for example, grab my wooden planks, which, by the way, are going to change completely. But if you have your wooden planks, this one, for example, is 5.0, which is oak wood, and the spruce wood is 5.1. And I can actually just prove that to you. If you just do, for example, /give 5.0, and then do 1 or something like that. There we go. That's your 5.1, 5.0 even. And if you did give, I'll just do the same thing, but this time we're going to give 1. We'll do 12 to show you it's different. There you go. So that's a metadata. It's basically the same block, but a different texture attached to it, or a different style, but same kind of theme. Now, stone has actually got lots of these hidden away, but these ones you cannot place down normally. So if I, middle click on this and try to place it, it goes up with this default texture that I've got here. Again, you'll need MC-edit, or not MC-edit, you'll need McPatcher or Optifine to use these. If I actually turn off, for example, connected textures, this is what you'll get. You'll just get the basic texture, the single block texture. And I actually might quickly run through that with you guys, the ones that you actually do have. So you've got stone, you've got cobblestone. Cobblestone is now actually a road texture, kind of asphalt kind of texture. You've got some wood. These are pretty basic wood, actually, to be honest. Sand. And you've got, there you go, that's your bedrock, you've got your sand texture, you've got all of the ores. I put them in for the basic texture pack at least, so you've got all of those ones there, pretty simple. This texture you've got here, the sponge texture, this is actually courtesy of Jagthunder1 and Ethernithy4Ever. So Ethernity actually made it for Jag's pack, which is Minecraft for kids. I actually recommend checking out that pack as a really good city builders pack as well, and I just want to thank both of those guys for letting me put this in here as a placeholder, as this is actually what I'm probably going to do something very similar with this kind of texture for cities and such. You got your basic glass, and you got your basic sandstone as well, obviously cobwebs, all of your basic walls, these are all in here. And they obviously go down all the way there. So you've got all of those ones. Obviously you've got the slabs. The nether brick slab is this very dark texture here. This is kind of can be used for quite a few different things. I kind of wanted to make it kind of look almost like darkened steel. So it's kind of got that kind of really dark thing. So you can actually do like stealth ships and stuff out of it, as well as use it for normal builds as well. Yep, stone brick as well. This is not great without McPatcher, to be honest. The McPatcher one is a lot better. It's got tiny little bricks. You've also got your brick, going on to brick. There you go, so you got that one there. Again, a lot better normally. And of course you got iron bars there, which is this kind of almost like militaristic fence, I guess. And obsidian. So I think that covers up most of these. You can actually see them down here. You guys will be able to check this out anyway when you kind of download the pack and have a look at it. So if you do turn so if you do have, for example, Optifine, just make sure you go into quality and connect to textures. You can either do fast or you can do fancy. I always do fancy. It doesn't, do too much to your PC at all. If we just go through these, and I'll go through how you actually use the metadatas as well. So basic stone, this would be 1.0. This is if you just right click it and you're just placing down pieces of sand, pieces of stone. There we go. Then 1.1, which is non-placeable, and I'll show you how to do it after we've gone through these, is a light mossy rock, which you can see here. Again, it's a 16 by 16. You've also got heavy moss rock as well, which is 1.2. A light ice rock, which is 1.3. And actually, I can show you here. There we go. We've got one that's wrong. If you have World Edit, for example, you'll be able to grab a stick or something, do REPL, and just do 1. I think this is 1.3. So you do that, and you'll be able to apply it there. So that's one way you can actually change blocks to specific textures. Also, if you do have this stick and you're far away, you can actually left click, and that'll grab the texture, and you can actually place it down that way. But obviously, make sure you don't punch into the ground, because I do that loads and loads of times. So I usually fly back a little bit to actually do that. But that will give you one way of doing it. You can also, of course, use your wand in World Edit. And if you just select an area here, I've got the CUI here. Jagthunder's got a tutorial on there if you want to check that out. Now we could do set 1. I don't know, let's go for 5. There you go. Set 1.5, which is a different type of stone, I believe. Is it? Let's have a look. What's 1.5? Yep, so it's the dark stone. So we've got the dark stone there, which doesn't look too dark there. If we do set, I don't know, 5.6 or something like that. Not 5.6, set 1.6. There we go. So there you go. We've got a really bright one. So I'm just going to set it normal and deselect. So that's how you can get those blocks. So I'll continue to fly through. Got the light ice rock, which is 1.3. You've got the heavy ice rock, which is 1.4. Dark stone, which is 1.5. You've got light stone, which is 1.6. This one is currently empty. I did have something here, but my texture pack, well, the actual file got corrupted, and I lost a texture. I've actually lost a couple of textures. But I'm going to do something different with this. And you've also got in your light cliffs, you've got 1.8, which is this one. And then 1.9 will actually give you the default normal texture that you normally get if you basically didn't have the connected textures on. So it gives you that access to the block that you had before, which is quite cool. So we've got all of those ones, and you can use those for quite a lot. These will probably, some of them will change. I might possibly change the dark and light one, but I kind of like having these two with the basic texture as well. Both of these ice ones work really well in icy areas, especially this one. I really, really like this one. It feels quite kind of coarse. Well, not too coarse. This one actually feels really coarse. Kind of smooth, kind of windswept, but still icy. So if we go through the other ones, grass and dirt and podzol, those are all the same. What I was going to say about these stone ones, in 1.8 we actually have most of these metadatas used up by other stones, so I'm not sure what I'll do when we come around to that. But anyway, your cobblestone is actually a road. This is a really cool texture, and I'll show you guys what I've done with it and what you can do with it, which is really cool. So that's number 4. You've also got some other ones, which is 4.1. This will give you some manhole covers, which is quite cool. 4.2 will give you these like splodges on the road. Currently, doesn't look great. These are actually placeholders. Again, this is a very, very early release of the map. This is going to be kind of marks in the road, potholes. That's basically what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to make sure that I go do some really good texturing on that first. But this is that was just basically to test it out, to see what it looks like before actually going in and spending hours on the textures. These two are coming empty, so 3 and 4 are empty. If you go to 4.5, you get this really cool cobblestone wool, which has kind of got some correct stuff in it. That tiles ridiculously nicely. If I actually just grab a test area here, for example, and make a massive wall, so I can try out some of these. And if we go to here, so that was 4 or 5, I think. There we go. Cell. So you get this kind of cool wall. You can kind of see this groove in here, which makes for kind of natural places. Quite cool. I quite like it. Can I grab that now? Oh, I think I did have that selected. That's probably why. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm just going to keep that selected in the background. Actually, you can't really have that selected in the background. You can see it. So I'll deselect that. There we go. That was a waste of time. But then you got 146, which is this white cobblestone wool type thing, kind of white brick. I've still left in the large cobble, which is 47. It's a really large texture here. You've got a smaller cobble wool with kind of concrete and mortar in between. 48, that is. 49 is this old stone wool. 410 is this bigger stone wool, but I still kind of counted this in the cobblestone because of the kind of nature of it. It looks quite cobbly in a way. You've also got 411, which is this kind of white stone wall type thing, which you could also use for roof tiles, really dirty roof tiles. These two are empty still, and your mossy cobble I haven't used yet. If we now go to the woods, all of these are pretty much going to change. All of the wood textures are going to change. I'm going to just do them by hand. You've got oak wood planks, spruce wood, and birch. Birch is probably the nicest out of all of them. These other ones are horrible, so I do apologise about those. You might want to just delete them out of your textures folder. They haven't got any sort of connected textures at all with them either. And then these are all the empty ones that we've got, which I'm going to start filling up. But one that's really cool is 511, which gives you this fragile crate. Now with this, if you do, for example, just change one block here, and we just do ripple 511, and what you have to do, if you've got 1.6 version, there we go, do this, but you can actually grab this one. So all of the wood textures you can actually grab, and currently it only tiles in a certain place. So you can see I have to have it off the ground, but it will give you this big crate, which is quite cool with fragile on the side. Really nice. Oh, I didn't even tile it properly. But so you can only place it in certain places. I've got an example here. You guys have probably already seen this, of stacking those big ones, but that's quite cool. I've also got cardboard boxes, which is 511. Not really too much to them, just some basic packaging, and they have some random textures to them. Quite nice for kind of garages, for example. That would be quite nice. Just to kind of fill up stuff with clutter, or offices as well. You could just have, you know, some in the corner. And there's no more with that. With your gravel, you've just got this basic gravel, which is your normal one. These are going to change, and they've got heavy gravel. And I probably will do a kind of normal gravel and then a heavy gravel. So heavy gravel's 13.1, which is that one there. And there will be more of those as I kind of go through. And add to the texture pack again. Very, very basic at the minute. Bedrock. This is actually the kind of first set that I've actually finished, I guess. Bedrock, which is number 7. This is your bedrock. Looks really cool. I kind of wanted to go for something that works as bedrock, but you can also use in your buildings and things. This is what I came up with. Really cool. So again, this is actually a free seamless texture that I've used, and they're okay with me using it. Tiles absolutely perfectly. It's truly incredible, that one. You've also then got 7.1, which is a kind of basically the only metadata, the only other metadata with bedrock, which gives you this kind of black marble, which is actually the same, I believe. It's just a darkened version of the quartz block. So it's kind of almost exactly the same. It just looks... Actually, no, I think it's a different one. It is a different one, but yeah, it's a really nice texture. Then you've got 7.2. This will give you the default one, just like we did with the stone. This will give you the one that's in the default kind of texture pack, which is the darker one here. Now with your sands, you've got your normal sand here. You've also got your red sand. You've also got a light sand, a dark sand, a smooth sand, cracked sand, and crazy messy sand pebbles, which is going to change. This end one, I wouldn't recommend using. It's just gonna get rid of. So I'll just go for the metadata for those. 12, and then you got 12.1. You got 12.2, which you can't place any of these. The ones with the red blocks you can't place without using MC Edit or World Edit or other stuff like that. So light sand, which is 12.2, dark sand, which is 12.3. Your smooth sand, which is 12.4. This was used as a kind of alternative in case you don't really like this texture. I'm still not 100% sure on this texture, but there will still be, the dark red, all of those ones will still be in the same places. It might just be a different texture. It might be this one instead, which I'm kind of leaning towards for the modern stuff because it looks very, very smooth. But you've got smooth sand, which is 12.4, cracked sand, which is 12.5, and the one that I don't recommend using ever, 12.6. So I'll just show you the examples of here. I have gone through on one of my update videos about this. But what it's kind of used for is like an area like this where you've got a river and you've got darker sand for right next to the river and also underneath the water. Now this I did have a biome change because I was messing around with it. And yes, this is snow. But basically this would have been the same color as this sand that we've got here. But it would have gone to basically a darker color like this sand here, and you could actually do something like this, where you would build up and then have the lighter sand around. And you'll notice as well that with Optifine you get that cool sand effect with these bushes, which actually brings me on to these dead bushes as well. These are the only plants that I've actually done and kind of finished up. There is tons of them. I mean, there's tons of variations. I can't remember. I might have done... It's about a good 20 of them, I think. So there's different sizes. So there's the same texture here. There you go. See, there's the same texture, but different sizes of it. Just to add a little bit more variation with the dead bushes. So it makes it a little bit more interesting if you're, for example, using your flower pot. So then you're going to get different ones. I think you get different ones anyway. Or maybe you don't. I'm not 100% sure, if I'm honest. I go for here. Yep, so it looks like you get the same one. Okay, well, that's fine. You guys don't want the same one, do you? So you do get that. We also have over here, we have my glass texture. This currently hasn't been made into a connected textures one, but it will be. So that makes a solid kind of one. It's quite a nice bordered one as well. And then you've got the wooden doors. These will, again, change. They will be glass, though. I'm planning on doing quite a few doors, doing biome-specific stuff. But they will be glass, so it will match this texture. Currently, it doesn't match this kind of texture in this border. It's very, very clean, whereas I want it a little bit more dirty. It makes it look more realistic when it's kind of got this, almost this metal girder type thing. So it will have that, but it will be something similar to this, which gives you access to the glass doors, which you can use for fridges and stuff in... Not really fridges. I guess freezers and things in convenience stores. That's what I mean. Just going to deselect that one. Now the ores, I've not done all of them, but I've kind of made a good effort on starting them. If I grab my stone, I can show you. So gold ore, this will actually tile with the connected textures of this. So you can see here that the actual grain of it does work. Still, there's bugs with it, obviously. If I, for example, continued it onto there you go. That doesn't look too bad then. Corner pieces and stuff like that. But it tiles perfectly with this type of stone that you've got here, which naturally spawns. So that's quite cool. So I've got the gold ore and iron ore. I haven't got the rest done yet, but they will kind of follow. So currently they look a little bit odd. I've already lost the texture. There we go. So they look a little bit odd when you put them next to this. But there's not too much we can do for that with that for the time being. All of the woods, all the wood logs, haven't done anything with. Again, Jagthunder made one, didn't make this texture, but he allowed me to use this texture. So again, thanks to him and Ethernithy4Ever. Awesome. So we've got glass. There'll be loads of different types of glass, as you can see here. One of them is actually invisible as well. I'll make an invisible block of that. If we go on to the sandstone, now this looks cool. You can see the complete difference between the other ones. So this is a basic sandstone that you get. Like, pretty much nothing compared to the awesomeness of this texture. Actually, not that one. There, this one. So this texture is ridiculously cool. It's like these massive sandstone blocks. And of course, you actually have with it as well. I need to get rid of some of these. With it as well, you get the kind of slabs and stairs. They're all done. I don't think I mentioned that. Jesus Christ. Picking up everything at the minute. Sorry, guys. So we've got those there, and you've also got these. So these all tile perfectly in line with those big blocks. which is really cool. This is just awesome. This is an awesome texture. So there we go. So if you have this coming over here, you know, it all kind of tiles together really nicely. With the sandstone slabs, I'm probably going to do a top texture, which is kind of like a nice floor or something like that. So you can kind of use the wall part of it, but you don't really need this top. This doesn't really suit it too well. You know, you wouldn't really have this on the ground, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, you could do. It might look cool. But tell me what you guys think. If you just want it to be on like the double slab or something of this, that'd be good. I haven't done the chisel or anything like that. Now, if we go into cobwebs, this is where it's quite cool. So, a lot of them I haven't actually filled up yet. I've got ideas for like smoke and smoke 2, as you can see here. 30 and 3 will give you this cool animated birds. I think there's about 20 of these textures. They're animated currently. They're in the kind of basic stage. They're kind of semi-auto randomized. I don't know how you'd say it. But again, you get it in the same way. The Woodward World edit. What I'm planning on doing is staggering, for example, the animations. So they're flapping their wings at kind of different times or different speeds and things like that. For a placeholder, in 34 we have these butterflies. I'm not that keen on them. Again, they're completely randomized. And 30 and 5, you get this explosion texture with, again, randomizing things. Looks quite cool. I actually have it over here, but I need to add a lot more textures. So there you go. You can see the explosions there, but actually, there is a couple of bugs with it, which is a bit annoying. But there'll be kind of lots of bits where I've got proper smoke textures as well. Again, this is actually my cobblestone. You can see what it looks like on the Baneblade tank, which I have a tutorial for. So you can see it on that already. It looks really cool, as well as the actual cobblestone wall looking pretty beefy. I guess it looks really smooth. So you can use it for that. And actually, yeah, you can see the Never brick as well. That kind of dark texture works really well with those. So if we now fly over here, so those are the kind of animated ones so far. There's going to be loads, not just of animated ones, but of everything else. The different types of wool, I've started making these really big textures, and I'm really happy with this actually. It makes everything look really smooth and really nice. So you can see it here with the white one. I haven't done orange or anything like that. Light blue is done. So you can see the difference between them. So I'll be working through these quite quickly, hopefully. By the next time I do an update, these will be done. Grey wool, your light grey wool. I think I did the blue one as well. Yeah, I've done the blue one. And I think the black and red, those two are done. If we now fly down, I'm just going to have a look quickly to see if we've missed anything. Cracked sandstone, haven't done anything with that. And yeah, the double slab. So if we have a look at the stone slab, I've changed it slightly. Now this was originally, when I was messing around, completely matched with, what the hell is it, light grey wool. So it was completely the same. So you would have had light grey wool, and then you can have your stone slabs. What I did is I put a slight border on, but made it quite kind of not too sharp. And I'll show you when we go into the world again how that kind of works with a city and also on my plains. It's a really good texture, and it mixes into both, which is kind of what I wanted. I'll probably put another line going across, so actually, when you do make a double slab, it has got the kind of slab top part on it as well. So we'll kind of do that in a bit. That's pretty much it. Yeah, the solid slab actually that comes up with this texture, which is interesting. We've already gone through these slabs. Brick texture, we'll go over that. This will change. At the minute, it's like super sized. It's huge. I mean, these blocks would be like the size of a person. So I'm going to make this kind of different. I'll change it, but it's a placeholder. And there'll be a load more of the brick textures as we go along. Obsidian is also done. It's this really dark texture, and I had to do that because of the beacon, wherever that is. If we find the beacon, there we go. There's another one that's done. So because the beacon is made up of a glass block, it's got this obsidian part at the bottom, and then it's got its own texture here, which I'm going to change at some point. But I've just stolen it from my own glowstone block. So I've had to make that really dark. We do have, however, loads of different types of iron bars. So iron bars are 101. So you've got the default one, which is 1010. You've then got a lighter variant of it, which is more silvery, which is 1011. Completely different texture here, wire-wise, which is 1012. This one will change. I wanted a fancy one and I found a really good free one, but it just didn't work. It's going to change, but this will be a kind of higher class iron bars, so you can go around kind of buildings with it. That's the idea anyway, to kind of border things, but you can still see through it, that type of thing. You've then got 1014. Tell me what you think of this one. It's quite an interesting texture. It's interesting. Then you've got 1015 as well, which is the kind of stronger iron bars, I guess, which can be used for kind of really strong military gates or something like that. So you've got those ones there. Just wondering if I have missed anything. I'm just going to go over this and have a quick look. So we've got all of those basics now done. There is a hell of a lot that's been done. Glowstone. If we actually just grab the glowstone. Glowstone's really, really simple. Again, this glowstone block will change. I kind of wanted a universal light, but then I found that there's actually metadatas with glowstone. So I can actually use those later on, but this is currently what it looks like. Really basic border. You can kind of tell I did it myself. It kind of really looks a bit cartoony, a bit too cartoony, so that will change. You can see here I've got a road example. So I've got cobblestone here, and then I've got... what's this? Oh, I've actually got carpet on these. I'll just take the carpet off. But you've got blocks of quartz for the lines, and then I put in these random blocks of these manhole covers just to show you guys what it looks like. So it's quite interesting. And then this kind of little corner piece, we've got a big chest here, a couple of boxes, and some of the clay blocks, which I'll go through in just a second. And then these different types of the stone metadatas here. Another thing about the pack, if you are in a desert biome, and if we have a look here, you're in a desert, and then you go into plains. If you go into a desert biome, I've actually changed the snow texture, so it becomes this sand texture. I do need to update this, I believe. I don't think it's quite right at the minute. I've changed the texture in the desert to a lighter variant, something like that, so I need to change that here. But you do have that kind of ability to make slabs, and well, not slabs, to make... actually, yeah, you could make stone slabs, not stone slabs, sand slabs out of this quite easily as well. But it makes you, gives you the smooth kind of edge there. Trapdoor wise, currently I haven't got anything for the basic one, but I do have the manhole covers in trapdoor form, and I'll show you guys an application of that in a bit. This is only if you're in extreme hills. If you're in anything else, it doesn't work. So you just need to do, and I will just show you guys how to do this. If we grab our wand, wherever it is, there we go, wooden axe. I'm going to select this area and to here. Now we're just going to do //set biome and then extreme hills, and that's all one word. And if you do that, you'll see that nothing happens, but it said that 6 columns have been affected. If you just place a block in that kind of area, it will update those. So I'm just going to do undo as well, and then deselect, and then yeah, you can see if you just put a block on. Oh, well, that's weird. Oh, it's still extreme hills. I guess the undo doesn't work with biomes then. That's fine. We can just do set biome plains. There you go, and then select. So there we go. That will do it. So there you go. Learn something new. Also, yes, even more stuff. I've showed you guys this in an update video, but I will still go over this as this is the first release. We have got different types of pressure plates. Have got different kind of textures on them. There are metadatas to these pressure plates, so there will be more coming in these selections in a way. But I'm basically going to be putting them into categories. I can just get rid of this and not get a grass block. Why would I do that? But your kind of light pressure plate, which is the golden one, will give you the fancy food plates. That'll be kind of what it is, like high dining, and you get about 16 textures, I think it is. Your weighted pressure plates, which is your metal ones, will give you these kind of food trays, which have got like basically fast food. I will eventually put in like prison food textures and those kind of things, mainly tray textures in a way with these kind of things. I'll probably lighten up the colours as well. Currently they're quite strong. I did ask you guys when I did an update what you wanted for the stone pressure plate and wooden pressure plate, and I have decided what I'm going to be doing with them. I haven't got the textures in here yet, but I might as well tell you guys about it anyway. So the wooden one, what I'm going to do is actually make this an invisible texture. So you can step on it, it will activate stuff, but you can't see it. That's ridiculously useful for kind of quite a lot of things. And the stone one, or normal pressure plate, I'm going to make it into a technology one. So you've got like a keyboard and mouse, iPad on there, phones, those kind of little details. I've taken the insects out completely. Can't bother with them. Really annoying to actually texture. So we've got those objects in there as well. I did have a texture for a sign. I don't know if it's in here. There we go. It looks broken. It is broken. Okay. I'll get the sign texture working again. But I do have one of those, and it's basically a TV monitor. So there we go. You've already got my first fix that will happen in before you guys get this pack. So let's jump into one of my worlds. I think I've covered all of the basics, except for like ladder, I guess. Yeah, ladder as well. Sorry guys, there's a lot. So you got your ladder texture. Now this has got connected textures. Currently this is a kind of cartoony texture that I came up with myself. Just trying to learn shading and things. But it is connected. As you can see, it's got this kind of small amount of space between the floor. And if you, for example, take away that top one, you can see that it extends down. And the top one as well extends in. So it makes it trying to make it look a bit more round. If you're in an extreme hills biome, if I actually just run over here, I've already got it here. It'll turn into a... I can't put it there. Okay. Take out this. Yeah, if you're in extreme hills, it becomes a silver one. Kind of a cool idea, I think. So you get this kind of metallic one, depending on what texture you're in. So I'll probably make one for the battleships and things like that. That works just on an ocean biome. So you automatically just place down a block and it's kind of got a texture which would fit in with that theme, which is quite nice. So there's that. Let's have a look. Keep going down. Nothing in there. No more of these. I guess I could go over as well quickly. The actual quartz. Currently only got one kind of quartz texture. But it's quite cool. It's quite a big one. And it has all the stairs and slabs all sorted. They're now fixed. So that's in here. All your different types of clay, these are different types of flooring. Currently they're quite simple, and I've left in this car wheel texture. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So I'll do a completely different one of those. Or something else. I'll probably make an animated fan. So yeah, it was just an idea. But yeah, all of your clay blocks are kind of like flooring tiles and things like that. These are still a work in progress, so they're all going to probably change, except for maybe the white stained clay. I think I picked the only one that I'm going to keep completely. But you do have, for example, like pink stained clay. That's got this army tent texture. That will move all of these clay blocks. I don't advise building anything out of them if you're using this texture specifically. Or this texture pack specifically, because all of these are going to move places. Pink, for example, I think this should be green. So they all need to shift around. But you've got different stuff here, like the kind of garage doors and things like that. They'll probably be similar, but at least they'll give you an idea of what's going to be in this part. That looks like it for the basics, I think. That's quite a lot. Yep, that's pretty much it. If we just have a look at some examples, if we go back into, for example, my Fleet Harbour world, my really, really old world, but it's the most complete, you can already see what I've kind of used it for and how it's worked out. So there we go, you got the quartz here on one of Jagthunder's ambulances. He's got a tutorial for that on his channel. You can check it out. There you go, you can see the Jagulants. Jagulants 1. There we go, you can see the building, how they look with the wool. This one has actually got the full kind of connected texture part, so you've got the grey wool, and you've also got the white wool in behind that, and also the red. Actually, all of that part is. Here is your stone slabs, so they're quite smooth. You got your road. These roads are completely tiny now, and also these are really small compared to my new ones. But you can kind of see at least the kind of rough idea about it, and also the fence in there. You can see the use of the seagulls as well, the kind of gulls, the flying birds. They look really cool. It adds a little bit more detail into your world. It's something that people don't usually do. There's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff in this pack as I update. If I just do set speed 4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah, 5. Actually, you can see over here some of the other stuff that I've got in these. And you can also see the sandstone texture on a big one, big scale, and also my stone brick, which I don't think I went over properly. Normal brick, as you can see, I need to change it. I need to edit it. I need to play with it. This is just a rough one that I put in about 20 minutes ago. And this is the first time I've seen it. I actually also need to fix the glass panes. That'll probably be in another update though, unfortunately. If I fly up, and it takes ages to fly up, unfortunately. There we go. Come on. See, it's got super speed going forwards and backwards, but not going up. Come on. There we go. So here we are. So I've got some more birds up here. These cobwebs, I will have a texture for smoke stuff on that. So I got some birds there. We've also got a helicopter. Actually got quite a lot of helicopters over here. So there you go. Those are there. I'll probably make them completely out of quartz now to make it look really smooth. But a couple of helicopters. I've obviously got tutorials for those that you guys have probably already done. They're just edited military ones. I think it's the Huey, and that's the C something. It's the mini Chinook one before it. So we fly down here. Have a look at the sailing ships for the time being. For example, the Black Pearl looks pretty good in this texture pack, and with these textures. Grey kind of works really nicely. The black sails, these are actually going to change. They're a bit too dark. You guys probably couldn't see that as I smashed into it. But yeah, there's a lot of those bits are going to change. I'll have a look at ships in a bit. These have currently got the wrong texture, and I'll show you one that's got it kind of correct. And then you've got all of my small vehicles. They look pretty cool in it. I really like the white and black ones. I don't know why. Or black and white even. Either way. They look quite cool. Sandstone, again, doesn't look amazing with this for tanks and stuff. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look super amazing. So I might switch that sandstone onto another texture. Possibly. So, my stone brick slab. Can you see... Well, not my stone brick slab, my stone slab. You can't see the line when you're far away. So, for example, the C5 Galaxy. Again, got a tutorial on it if you haven't seen this. With those small kind of lines, you can only see it when you're close up. When you go far away, looks cool. And I wanted that. That really worked. And that's what I was trying to mix in with both of them, so that it works for both. And I think it works really nicely. So you've got that. There you go. Some more planes and stuff. There's just stuff everywhere here. But you can kind of see what it looks like in all of this stuff. I do think I need to darken or change the green and brown. I think the brown works, but the green needs to be darkened. Spruce wood stuff needs to change. These look actually quite cool. The World War I bombers. They do look pretty ace in this, especially with the never brick fence. They kind of work really nice with that texture, and possibly make that yellow stronger. You know, there's lots of stuff I need to improve on it. There we go. There's a stealth one. I'll probably make this stealth B2 bomber completely out of the never brick, so that you can actually see the edges of it, which would be quite nice as well. Because it's kind of quite undefined with the black wool, so you can actually just make it out of the entire texture. I'll probably do that at some point. But let's jump into the other world. But that's what that slab looks like, and some of the roads as well, on kind of a bigger scale, which is quite cool. As well as this fence. You can see here, if we just fly down here, it's ridiculous speed. Football stadium, I don't think you can actually see anything in here. Again, I need a natural grass texture before that'll work. Fly through here. Big skyscraper. A couple more of the skyscrapers and things like that. So yeah, so it looks quite cool. You can see it looks quite smooth. That's what I wanted with that texture. Stone brick is kind of pretty badass. I do think I need a nicer one for these kind of roads, but that will change because it's not going to be on this place. Star Wars stuff looks good as well. There you go. There's some of the Star Wars stuff. I think that looks pretty ace. I kind of wanted it to work with my Star Wars stuff as well, so it does work, just in case you're wondering. But yeah, let's go into and have a look at the ships and stuff. Okay, so here I am in New Dhaka City. So here's the roads, my improved roads. They look really cool. I think they worked really nicely with the texture pack. And you got this sidewalk as well. I'll probably add like variation blocks to the sidewalk and make it kind of a bit more variated. Currently it is a 4x4 texture kind of thing, so there's 16 textures that then tile perfectly together, but I think I'll add in some extra blobs and things, make it look a bit dirtier. But there you go, that's my stone brick texture. You've got my lights, my what are they called? Street lamps, there we go. So using the cobblestone wall, and then you got your nether brick, and then you got your beacons. really awesome. Using the slabs there to get the roads to look ridiculously smooth, and using the what are they called? God, quartz. There, using some of the metadatas on, if we fly over to this one, on these to create these cool pillars. That works really well. Those are cobblestone ones. And here we go. Here's one of my ships. This is the Armadale class. Kind of nice small. I've just converted this one over to the kind of wool, and I think it works really, really nicely. I'm really happy with it. Especially now that I've got this, I've changed this to cobblestone so that you can get the kind of stairs going down as well. That really works. Again, I'll probably make this kind of like a metal texture. That's really cool. Got the gun. That looks good in the kind of cobblestone again, without me destroying it. There we go. So that looks good. I'm really happy with that. But that's kind of pretty much it for the first update kind of video. Sorry, it's quite a long one. All of my update videos for this texture pack obviously will be on my YouTube channel, and I'll pretty much just keep on updating the link on Planet Minecraft with the latest version when a version comes out. But hopefully I should have a weekly update on textures. Make sure that you kind of comment as well what you want to see completed, what you think will improve the pack, or any kind of bugs in a way with the textures, or things that just don't work. Like, you might look at this and go, I don't like that as the default texture. Can we have it as one of the other metadatas instead? And if enough people want it, I'll just switch it. It's totally cool. But there you go. You can see some variation in the rock kind of cliffs as well with those metadatas, which looks good. But thanks for watching, guys. Give me kind of give me some feedback as well on everything. And yeah, got some cool things going down there. But you guys have probably already seen that. Haha. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.